Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, we are moving on to the next chapter, chapter 12. What if it finishes? So, I'll be reading out the chapter. You guys listen to me, follow me. What if it finishes? A bus journey. Today we were going on a school trip to the Adalat Stepwell, about 18 kilometers from Ahmedabad. We began counting the vehicles on the road. Some of us counted the bicycles, others counted the buses, cars, and motorcycles. Abraham, who was counting bicycles, soon got bored. There were hardly any bicycles on this highway. Screech! The driver suddenly braked at the red light. It was a big crossing and we could see the traffic lined up on all sides. Honk honk, the sound of loud horns and smoke coming out of all the vehicles. Maybe that is why a little boy in a rickshaw was coughing so much. I smelled something familiar. I remembered this smell. It came from Baba's tractor in the village. Look at the picture on page 110 and write. What are the different kind of vehicles that you can see? What do you think they need petrol and diesel as fuel? Which of the vehicles do you think give off smoke? Put a red mark on those. Which are the vehicles run without petrol and diesel? What problems do we face from the speeding vehicles? Tell, do you ride a bicycle? If yes, where all do you go on it? How do you come to school? How do your family members go to work from home? What problems can we have from smoke coming out of vehicles? What kind of problems can we face from noise of vehicles? Honking. On the petrol pump. After some time, our bus stopped at a petrol pump. There was a long queue. It seemed as if we would have a long wait. We all got down from the bus and started looking around the petrol pump. We saw many large boards and posters. You can see a poster given below. I will read out what is written. Petrol and diesel will not last forever. Save it for your children. Make every drop go a long way. Switch off the engine when you stop the car. We could not understand why it was written that petrol and diesel will not last forever. We thought of asking an uncle who works at the petrol pump. Abraham, uncle, from where did you get petrol and diesel? Uncle, from deep down under the ground. Manju, how does it get made there? Uncle, it is found naturally but very slowly. It is not made by a human being or a machine. Abraham, then we don't need to buy it. We can take it out ourselves using a bore well like we pump out water. Uncle, it is not found everywhere, but only at a few places in our country. We need big machines to pump it out and clean it. Find out and discuss. Which states of India have oil fields? Besides oil, what else is found deep inside the earth? Find out the traffic rules and discuss them in the class. We should use petrol and diesel judiciously. Think why. They discuss further. Divya, is petrol going to finish? The poster said that petrol is not going to last forever. Uncle, it does not get made as fast as we take it out. It takes lakhs of years for it to be formed under the earth. Abraham, how will vehicles run if the oil finishes? Manju, on CNG, I had seen on TV that vehicles which run on CNG gives less smoke. Uncle, laughing. That too comes from below the earth. It is also limited. Divya, electricity can be used to run vehicles. I have seen an electric bicycle. Abraham, we will have to do something, or else how will we travel when we grow up? Divya, my dadi grandmother would be happy if fewer vehicles run on the road. She says, look, vehicles line up like ants. What will you do when you grow up? Manju, see, only one or two people are sitting in these cars. Why doesn't everyone use a bus? Abraham, that will save petrol. One bus can carry many people. Manju, when I grow up, I will invent a car that runs on sunlight. Then we don't have to worry about it getting finished. We can use it as much as we want. Treasure from the earth. It is not easy to find out where the oil is deep down below the earth. Scientists use special techniques and machines to find this out. Then, through pipes and machines, petroleum is pumped up. This oil is a smelly, thick, dark colored liquid. It contains many things mixed in it. To clean and separate these, it is sent to a refinery. Have you heard of a refinery? It is from this petroleum or oil that we get kerosene, diesel, petrol, engine oil, and fuel for aircraft. Do you know that LPG, also known as a cooking gas, wax, coal tar, and grease, are also obtained from this? It is also used in making several other things like plastic and paints. I started thinking about saving oil. I remembered that sometimes Baba keeps the engine of the tractor on while doing something else. At times, the pump in the field is also left on. How much oil would be going waste? I thought I will surely talk to Baba when I get home. Right. What all can vehicles run on? What kind of problems will we face if the number of vehicles keep on increasing? For example, more traffic on the road. Talk to your elders and write about it. Manju said, why doesn't everyone use a bus? What do you think? Why don't people travel by buses? Suggest some ways to deal with the problems arising out of the growing number of vehicles. What are the benefits if we switch off the engine of the vehicles at the red light on the road? Write down your answers on your notebooks. Okay, I give this activity as a homework. You can do that at home itself. This is a question. This also you can do it at home. It includes some mathematics. You can subtract the values found from 2007 from 2014. Read the questions carefully and write down your observations in your notebook. Find out how much did the price of petrol and diesel change from 2014 to 2017. What is the price of petrol and diesel in your area? Why are the prices of petrol and diesel going up? In 1 month, how much petrol and diesel is used in your home? What is it used for? In the next page, you can see a poster. It is given here. Where am I used? For dry cleaning, for lighting, as petrol, diesel, or aeroplane fuel, for making plastic and paints, to run machines, as kerosene and LPG. Save fuel, make it a habit. See the poster and write. Where all is oil used? Where is diesel used? Find out. Divya wrote a poem and read it out to her friends. Read and discuss it. Who am I? I am black, I am thick, I flow. Who am I? Do you know? I will last longer if you use me with care. I got made over centuries. I won't always be there. I light your lamps, I cook your food, I run your machines, fly planes in the sky. Who is more useful to people than I? If not used with care, I won't always be there. Will they fight over me? What is life without me? I'm black, I'm thick, I flow. Who am I? Do you know? Think and discuss. What would happen if you don't get petrol or diesel for a week in your village or town? Suggest some ways to save oil. Wood for chulha. Durga lives in a village in Haryana. Every day she spends many hours collecting wood for the chulha stove. Her daughter also has to help her in this. For the past 3 months she has a cough. There is a lot of smoke when damp wood is burned. But Durga does not have any other option. When there is not enough money to buy food, where will there be money to buy wood? Discuss. Have you ever collected dry wood or made cow dung cakes? How are they made? Do you know anyone who collects dry wood or leaves to be used for lighting a chulha? Who cooks food in your family? What about other families in your area? If they cook food using wood or upla, cow dung cakes, what difficulties do they face due to smoke? Can Durga use anything else instead of wood? Why not? Today, about 2/3 of the people in our country use uple, wood, and dry twigs, etc. These are used not only for cooking food but also for keeping warm from heating water and for lighting. Many other things are used for all the activities at home: kerosene, LPG, coal, electricity, etc. Kancha had seen a bar chart in a book. The chart shows the number of houses out of 100 that use each type of fuel. It also shows the use of which fuel has increased and which fuel has decreased over the past 20 years. In the year 1976, out of 100, how many houses used uple and wood? Which was a fuel used the least in 1976? In 1976, LPG and kerosene were used in how many houses, and in 1996 this increased to dash. This means that in 20 years their use increased by dash percentage. I give this as homework to you. You can write down your answers in your notebook. Out of 100, how many houses were using electricity in 1996? Which fuel was used the least in 1996? What percentage of houses used it in the year 1976? Find out from your elders. When they were young, what was then used to cook food at home? In the past 10 years, of use of which cooking fuel has increased in your area? Use of which fuel has decreased? Guess the use of which fuel would increase and which would decrease in the next 10 years. What we have learned. We have come to the end of this chapter. Imagine that a company has given you a chance to design a new vehicle like a minibus. What kind of vehicle would you design? Write about it, draw a picture and color it. While making the design, who did you plan to take care of? Old people, children, those who cannot see? Look out for news reports on oil. Cut this and make a collage. Put up a chart in your classroom. Also write your own views on these news reports. Make a poster with a message on saving fuel. Write a slogan too. Where would you like to put up this poster? So you can do this activity at your classrooms and discuss it with your respective teachers about the mathematical questions as given, and you can write out and find out your answers and make a record in your notebooks. So thank you all for listening. Bye.